Okay, this is my very first Sims recording video, so I'm a little nervous, but I wanted to welcome you to the Sims 4 build review channel, excuse me. And I am Katarina, and my goal with this channel is I'm going to be going through all the residential lots starting with Willow Creek, and this is going to be my designated review sim, Senku. And this is episode 1, so we are starting out in the lot Cypress Terrace, otherwise known as the Spencer Kim Lewis house. And so what my goal is with these reviews is I'm going to go through and kind of rank some different things about the lot, and including like the amenities, how good is the view, the location, how beautiful is the lot, does it match the environment that it's supposed to be placed in, and the usability, how well does the sim move through the lot, and livability score, like would I live there, what do I think of the layout. And so we're going to be reviewing this house as if this was like a real estate channel for the Sims. So we are, as I said, we are in Willow Creek. So the first thing I'll rank here is, let's see, the beauty of this house. Now, I'm not really a modern architecture type of person. To me, this doesn't really strike me as beautiful. You've got a lot of concrete going on here. That's the first thing that I noticed. So, lots of big, tall windows. I like that. But this doesn't really strike me as beautiful. So, I've never played inside this house actually before, so this is going to be all new to me. So let's take a look at the inside and see if there's any beauty added. It's nice marble, very modern and minimalist. Uh, Obviously, that's a kid's room, very pink. I like this double heighted ceilings in this area, so you can come up here and look over that. See the next floor. Like this upper deck area, that's also very nice. So I would say for beauty, I'm going to give this lot maybe a 6 out of 10. It doesn't strike me as, oh my god, that's one of the most beautiful houses I've ever seen. I wouldn't really say that it's ugly. So now let's look at the location. So we're in Willow Creek. We're kind of in that little mansion district up here. And obviously, when we're looking at location, the things that I'm going to be looking at is what is nearby. Like, what can my sim travel to without a loading screen? Are there things to do nearby? Because obviously privacy and commute times, things like that, don't really matter in The Sims 4. So let's see, nearby we have a fake house, and then there's this house. You've got this area down here with some fishing. It's kind of like a park, like a little bayou. This is Willow Creek, so we're supposed to be in Louisiana, and more little bayou area down here. So I'd say for location, I would give this a 7 out of 10. There's not a lot in this area, but it's not bad. As far as matching the environment goes, so Willow Creek is based on Louisiana. I went to college in Louisiana, so I'm fairly familiar with the area that this is supposed to be portraying. And oh, I forgot to look on this side of for location. There's definitely not trees like this in southern Louisiana. There's not really much going on this side of the lot. So as far as when I'm talking about matching the environment, like this is, supposed to be Louisiana, how well does this house fit that aesthetic? How well does it would I look at this and say, yep, that's a Louisiana house. That's the metric that I'm going off of here. I can't really say that when I look at this house, this looks like Louisiana to me. To me, this looks like a house that you would see like in Los Angeles or something. It does not strike me as I'm in Louisiana type of house. But that's just me. Um, and so I'm going to give that a 3 out of 10. This does not strike me as a Southern Louisiana house. So let's get Senku inside and just check out the inside. So in the layout, the usability as a sim and all that. So this is very roomy, and for me personally, I like that in my sim builds. Like, it drives me crazy if it's too small, say, to put a Christmas tree inside. So, I mean, this is kind of small in this area, but I guess you could put it in this entryway. The kitchen island, this is pretty massive, but I'm going to assume that this is going to be... Why don't you make something here, Senku, just to make sure that the kitchen is usable. No, stop reading. So we've got one bedroom over here. I like the high wall height. That is good for a Louisiana home because of the heat. You want high bedrooms. However, I do not like that this is right next to the kitchen. Like, just imagine trying to sleep and somebody is cooking something and the microwave going off and the clamoring of glasses and dishes. That would drive me nuts. Like, the way he's slamming that around, like, that could easily wake you up if you're trying to sleep in. The bathroom is nice. I like this kind of outside greenhouse area. That's really cool. No, we're not going to the flea market. Sorry. Not really sure what this is supposed to be. It's not even... I guess it's a sitting area, but just like an outdoor area, I guess. Not really sure. So let's go upstairs. The kid's bedroom is decent size. I like this kind of raised corner area with the little tiger. That's really cute. It's big enough to fit a dollhouse. That's another thing that it drives me nuts when the bedroom is so small you can't fit some of the larger items in. It's a nice sitting area. This part here is nice, and I like the bathroom. Actually has a toilet, although I say this bathroom maybe is a little bit too big. There's a lot of empty space here, especially with this. There's a lot of empty space here. I suppose you could decorate that as you wish if you were living in this house. Let's go up to the 3rd level. Senku, why don't you try that? Try that out. This bedroom is nice too, but it does strike me as the aesthetic of this bedroom is quite a bit different than the others. The others have a very modern minimalist. This is a little bit almost more rustic, I would say. I do like that it has an ensuite. That part's nice. You kind of have these two kind of almost matching bedrooms. And this one, again, like, this doesn't quite fit the rest of the aesthetic of the house, but I don't dislike it. And then what is this area up here? Kind of like an activity room. This is kind of, I don't know, odd to me that this almost reminds me of like a commercial bar space. I don't know if I'm describing that correctly, but why is there a sink here? There's nothing... I mean, I guess for your coloring, but that's just kind of odd to me. And we have something similar over here with the tragic clown. I'm just not quite understanding that, but I do like the piano up here. It's a nice little activity space. Acquired the romance skill. How? Oh, you're watching. Why would you choose to sit here to watch TV instead of this couch? And you're not even, I guess he is watching it. So for the layout, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. It's got a lot of usable space. Everything is not super cramped. It's got lots of room to grow. I've actually used this house when I did the 100 baby challenge, where all of my grown-ups, once they moved out of the house, I would have them move into this house because there was so much space. So the usability, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. Like I said, it looks like there's enough space where your Sims aren't going to get all cramped in here and be able to, get stuck, for lack of a better term. I guess I think of that more from the Sims 1 and Sims 2 days, where if you had a narrow hallway, they would literally get stuck and you couldn't get through there. Amenities, I'm gonna give this like an 8 out of 10. It's got a lot to it, with the activity area. It's got a nice TV, outdoor space, plenty of indoor space. You've got gardening. And then another one that I like to look at is the view. Does this lot have a nice view? So what do you think, Senku? Do you like the view here? Let's go out here. That's right, it does have a pool. I was forgetting about this outdoor space. So yeah, the amenities, 8 out of 10. It's got a lot going for it. However, for view-wise, you got this bayou area. You can see the sailboat. You can see things going on nearby, but it's not that spectacular, because looking this way, you're just looking at trees, and looking at the other across the lot is just a hill with some trees. So I'm going to give the view a 6 out of 10.
Yes.
And then my final score, clean up after yourself. You're not going to stay in this house for forever. Would be the livability score. And what I mean by the livability score is, would I myself live here if this was a real house and I was in the market? Would I live in this house? And I would probably go with no. Like, this is just for me and my dog. This is a huge, huge house. I don't know if I would want to live in one quite this big. I think that the heating bill would probably be ridiculous. And I mean, not the heating bill, the cooling bill would be ridiculous in a house this big. I mean, like I said, modern architecture just isn't quite my thing. So for livability, I would give this a 4 out of 10. That's what I'm gonna go with. So this is the Spencer Kim Lewis house, and thank you for watching. This is the very first build review that I'm doing, and I'm just gonna kind of glance over this and see if there's any closing thoughts that I have on my final rating of this score. Probably of this building, this lot, I would just say I probably would give it like a 7 out of 10. I don't hate it. I'm not in love with it. It's pretty good. As you can see, Senku has had no issues utilizing the lot. There's no unplayable areas. I'd say it's about a 7 out of 10. And it's got functioning toilets. It's got everything that you need, plus a lot of amenities. Of course, you need a lot of money to move into this house, but there's cheats for that. So thank you very much for watching. I'm going to be trying to do one of these videos maybe once a week, maybe every Saturday. So if you enjoyed this or enjoy this concept, love it if you stick around and grow with me as a channel. And this is Willow Creek episode 1. Next episode will be the Oakenstead lot. And thank you very much and have a fabulous weekend.